Hello and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck and this is Riverview episode 4. As you can see, I have fast forwarded to the next day, and as you can also see in the upper right, it is now says September 1st instead of just saying September. Because in the last episode, we decided to switch to 2-day months at times 10 instead of 1-day months at times 5. So we're going to come down here and see what we've got going on. I did get the rest of this field baled, but I did not pick up the bales in the rain. So that is something we're going to have to do first thing because, or didn't pick them up in the dark and now it's raining. So first thing I want to do is get these bales out of the rain before something bad happens to them. So that is going to be my order of business number 1, and it looks like on our forecast it's going to be raining most of the day. So this time we're using the front loader versus the telehandler to pick these up. So we will see how we feel about that. I can already tell I'm going to like the telehandler better then I'm going to like doing this with the front loader, which makes it kind of dumb that we sold the New Holland and kept this one because I kept this one for this front loader. But alas, that's the decision that we made, and we'll just stick with it and it will be just fine. So we're going to put this on there and then back up. And for those of you who were wondering how many bales did we make, let's check our little chart. I set the over-under at 7.5. We made 8 bales total. So whoever took the over, you guys are correct, and I was pretty close on my setting it at 7.5. So we're going to go ahead and just dump all of these bales straight into here to keep these cows fed. And of course, I've got a traffic jam going on right now. So let's hop out of this, hop into this, and back up out of here. And we're going to bring these 2 bales in here and drop them down for our cows like so. And those should go in any second now. Yep, that one went in as well. We're just going to go ahead and park this one up right here where we had it before. Actually, let's scoot on by that telehandler and we're going to open up the shop and park this one in the shop because I'm going to do something a little bit different here in just a second. But for now, we'll just turn that off. And we're going to pick up these last 2 with the telehandler because it's already way better than doing the front loader on that tractor. So we got 2 bales left. I gotta go find them. Here's 1, and there's 2. Oops, skidding a little bit in the wet grass. It's kind of a cool effect that they put in, that the rain does affect how you drive. They have some pretty cool snow effects too. You do actually slide around quite a bit in the snow if you are going over 5 or 10 miles an hour. So I don't know if we'll get snow on this map. I have it turned on, but don't know what the climate in this area is. So we will see. So I'm going to pick that up. And we should be able to just push that a second, make sure it's all squared. And if we were going to save these, that would matter more than it did right there. But of course, we're just going to feed these straight to our cows anyway. So let's go ahead and get that done. I did also get quite a bit of straw off of that other field and dumped in for our cows as well. So after we dump these 2 hay bales in there, we'll check the straw. Uh-oh, we got a cow trying to get out. Gonna sneak by him there. Then we will back up and just shut this gate so they all stay where they're supposed to. just going to sneak in here and drop this down and back away slowly. And since it is raining, we'll leave this parked here, check our animals. Alright, so our hay is now up to 56,000 liters, which is good. Straw is still at 36. We're doing just fine on those two. Our health is better. We're up to 51%. Those should hopefully be 100% next month. And no milk yet, but we're starting to get slurry, so that's good. And just keeping on with these guys. So let me just flip through. Yep. And so here is our cloths and our forage wagon. So I'm going to turn that on and lower that pickup. I got most of a load. I think we were at like 75%, but I knew we weren't going to be able to fit all 4 of these rows in at 100%. So I decided to just dump what we had, and then we'll just keep the rest in the actual forage wagon in case we want to move it over to the other cow pen, or if we need some more for our current cow pen, depending on which one we decide to. I don't know how quickly I'm even going to bother putting cattle in the second pen. If the first pen can hold 1,000, we might just use 1 for the time being. So we're just going to go ahead and pick up these last 4 straw swaths here, just to get this out of the rain as well. I didn't expect rain this morning, but that's what we got, so we're dealing with it. We just want to get everything off the fields that we can. And this is the nice thing about doing 2-day months. Although it's September 1st and it seems to be raining all day, September 2nd will hopefully not be as rainy. So if we need to skip ahead a day just to get a drier conditions to work in the fields, we can do that. Obviously, we wouldn't mow or harvest in the rain. We can do some groundwork in the rain, but we don't want to do too much. For various reasons. And the other thing we need to do on this farm is get some field data for the precision farming. So we have to decide whether or not we're just going to buy that for all of our fields. So we'll look at those prices here in a second. Or if we're going to just actually buy the little sampler and run around and sample all the fields. So I'm probably leaning towards just buying the data just so we have it to work with. That'll tell us all the information we need to know about fields 7, 8, 9, and 10. We won't even buy it for 11 and 12 because those are just cow pastures. But getting it for the other fields just so we have that information would be good. And we can kind of go from there. So here, look, we're getting back up to 67, 68%. I don't know, we'll be close. Yep, 68%. Turn that off and pick that pickup up. We're not going to worry about the little bits on there. This is just to help the cows stay healthy and producing manure in our manure pit, I believe. So we will just get this parked under some cover, and then we will have most of the things under shelter like we need to. But we're going to check the weather forecast next, and if it's going to stay rainy all day like this, we probably won't do any field work, and we will just decide how quickly we want to move to the next day. So we're going to pull this under here to keep it dry and easily accessible for our cow field here, cow shed, whatever you want to call it. So we'll just kind of back this in and detach that, and then turn this off. And let's just take a look at a couple of things. So number 1, the forecast. It is raining until 10, and then it's supposed to be cloudy pretty much the rest of the day. So if we wait just a little bit longer, the rain should stop and we can get into the fields. So that's good to know. Let's check our animals as well. We already checked the cows. How are the chickens doing? Their food says red, but they've still got 14,000 liters. They should be fine. We only have 180 of them. Their health is 100% too, so they're doing good. Alright, so let's look at our fields for precision farming. Actually, let's go 2 higher. So here are our fields. 9 and 10 are harvested. 7 and 8 are ready to go, but nothing's going on. We have all of this equipment up here in various degrees of whatever. Here is everything that we own, is these 6 fields, this area with the silage stuff, and this area with the home up here. And these 3 have harvest data, but nothing else. So if we wanted to buy this, let's see, R3 selects it. So far we harvested 8,998 liters off of this field, yielding about $5,000 of canola. And so far our total costs were mainly just fuel and vehicle maintenance and a helper into that. So we made roughly $4,600 off of that. If we wanted to buy field data, how would we do that? That is, nope. So if we select that, nope, down here. Nope, it's got to be under here. No, I want that yield data. I just want to. We have nothing on this one yet. What I want is this. I want to buy the information. Purchase soil information. There we go. So to purchase soil information, it's $962 for field 9. For this one, it is $10.50. For this one, it is $12.25. And for this one, it is $15. So 15, 12, about $5,000 for those 4 fields. We don't need the field data on 11 and 12 as long as they're just for grass. So let's take a look at that. We don't have $5,000, but we do have this revolving line of credit at the bank. So we're going to go ahead and just borrow that. I mean, it costs $12,000 just for the equipment, and then we'd have to spend the time doing it, and we don't really have huge fields that cost a ton, so we're just going to buy it. So let's get back up here to precision farming, and let's start with field 7. So we're going to purchase that information for $1,500. And so that tells us the pH value. It is sandy loam and loamy sand. Here's the nitrogen level. So this is fertilizer. pH value is lime, I believe. And then yield information we'll get when we're there. So if we select this one, I'm going to do the same thing. So sandy loam, loamy sand, that's good. Both of those work. Sandy loam, loamy sand. Sandy loam, loamy sand. So here's our soil information for our pH and our nitrogen levels. So yep, we're going to need a ton of fertilizer to get those 4 fields up, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is, do we have a fertilizer spreader? Yes, we do. And do we have an available tractor? I guess the Kloss is probably our first available. Let's see where everything else is. You're in here with the baler. That's fine. You're in here with the front loader on. And a weight on the back. So yeah, the Kloss is probably our best bet. Yeah, we're gonna have to spend some money today. But that's okay. Money well spent in getting our fields prepared. And we are gonna get rid of that. Actually, let's do that first. Nope, we'll do that second. Backed into it a little bit here. So I don't want to be running down to the shop every time we need fertilizer. Is this a fertilizer filler? Nope, that is seeds. Our fertilizer is on the other side. So we're going to come down here. And this is where we would fill it. This is where we'd purchase it. We want to buy 60,000 liters of solid fertilizer. 1 liter. How about 10,000 liters? $17,000. 5,000 liters is 8,800. 8,800 we need. All right, so let's come down here, borrow. Let's buy 8,800 worth. Now we have 8,800. We have 5,000 liters of fertilizer. We've got this right here, so we'll just go ahead and grab some of that. And we're going to put 2,400 in. We can always come back and get more if we need to. And see, now we have nitrogen mineral fertilizer application, and that's what we're going to use on these fields here. All right, well, hang on guys, I don't want to do this till the rain stops, so I think I might go ahead and pause the video here and wait out the rain, and then we'll come back up and apply this fertilizer on these two fields. Actually, we're going to go down to field 8 first, because that's the one I want to plant first, because these up here need cultivation. So harrow or plow or something. Apologize for all those trees in the camera there. So yeah, you can see when you drive onto a field with fertilizer in your thing, suddenly it gives you kind of what the field's looking like, and it's obviously very red. So we'll come back to this here in a little bit. All right, I'm going to cut the video here, and I'll be back in a second. Thanks for hanging in there. Welcome back. As you can see, it has finally stopped raining, and we're ready to spread some fertilizer. I'm actually going to unfold this, but back up a little bit, because I think it's going to be wider than I expected. And we'll start with something like this. And we're going to back the camera out. It's kind of hard with the trees here, but we'll see. Are we getting all the way to the edge? I think we're just missing a little bit, so I'll just pull over like that. And you can see that map is turning from red to green as we're quickly laying down lots and lots of fertilizer to change the nitrogen levels of the field here and make it more susceptible or suitable. Not sure what the right term was there, but we're making it ready to have some crops on here. We're going to stop there. Of course, we took out the bushes, but that's fine. We should really be cutting this field north to south, not kind of the other way here, but we're going to back up and try to straighten that out and do the same thing. Now we're overlapping by quite a bit over here, but I wanted to make sure we didn't miss any in the middle. And if we did just miss a little bit on the edge of the field over there, I'm not that concerned about it. So this is different than the normal base mode that you play without precision farming, where you'd have to do 50% fertilization and 100% fertilization. You just get fertilization based on these precision numbers that you're getting in your measurements, and then however much fertilizer it takes for you to get from the red into the green. So sometimes that is a lot, like here when we're just starting these fields over. Sometimes it's not very much if you plant a crop that doesn't actually affect the nitrogen levels too terribly much. So depending on how our fields kind of shake out as we plant them, the nice thing about this is if we were to run over it again, we'd spread very little because we're using basically machinery to tell us how much we need. So let's take a look at this on the precision farming map now. And we're going to zoom into field 8. So here's our nitrogen levels, and we're better. Obviously I missed a little bit at the top, but we're not going to worry about that for this harvest. We also need to spread some lime on this. So we're going to go ahead and use all of our fertilizer down here on field 7 that we have. Then go get some lime and spread that on there, and then we'll come back and finish field 7 next because I want to get something planted. So we're going to start with field 8 down here in the planting. So let's back our way over into field 9 here. And with this diagonal, it's going to be really hard to turn around on this edge anyway, so we'll just run the diagonal like this, give ourselves some room to turn around later. And we're down to 10%. I don't know how much we'll use on this field, but I'm guessing it's more than we currently have in the hopper. So the idea is we're going to just outline as much as we can to try to raise some levels here and use up the fertilizer, but we also want to be cognizant. We want to be aware of kind of what we're expecting from this. And I don't know why that map is getting a little choppy. Can we turn here without destroying anything? It looks like we can. Why it's not spreading evenly. Yeah, that's weird. Something it did not like about our spreading, or it was just so low that it needed more. I'm not really sure, but we'll just follow this edge over here. I think our variable rates up in the upper left-hand corner are switching quite a bit too. Alright, and so we'll run one of these. We might actually get this field done with this 10%. I didn't think we were going to. Now that I say that, of course, we're not going to, but I was feeling confident there for a second. Rather than running into the trees, let's just see if we can turn and get squared up. And again, I apologize for these terrible camera angles. There's so many trees around the fields. Only an issue when you're spreading on this 18-meter width. By the time we get to planting with our little planter there, it'll be a lot of back and forth, and we can be much closer to the tractor for that. So, but regardless, we spread pretty fast, which we can't complain about. So we're going to get to here, and then we'll loop around. And since we don't have any crops in here, we can take that big turn. We'll do another diagonal, like so. We're still overlapping quite a bit, but I want to see if that helps fill in this area where we kind of skipped before. Yeah, I don't know what was going on there, but we seem to be taking care of it. And the nice thing here is I'm not actually going to turn off the spreader. It will stop spreading once we're down here and it has nothing to spread on, and then it'll start if it detects an area field that needs more. And this is a change in precision farming too. I have to remind myself to not turn off the spreaders when I'm playing, because I'm so used to driving over something and spreading and then not spreading, and so turning them on and off as I turn around. But in this, I can actually like let it manually turn itself off like so, and then I don't have to adjust speeds like you normally would when you're doing this. So this is going to detect that we're on an area field that needs fertilizer, and so it's going to start spreading that, and it should be lowering the rate now that we're not going as wide. The animation still looks wide, but the actual rate should be lowering down for that. And now we've got this little spot up here So we will just see if our 1% will cover this, and if it does, then we'll just go hit that area to the right, and then we're going to go find some lime. $133. All right, we're just going to come over here and to these areas that we haven't finished from before, and we will see if we can use up the rest of this fertilizer here. I don't know, we might actually have fertilizer left over that we'll have to dump out. And we don't lose it or anything, it just, yeah, we're not going to be able to use it all here. It's this little bit of spreading is not doing it. And this corner is not even going to get us there. 71, 60. All right, well, we're just going to turn that off, fold this up. So we have solid fertilizer on the farm. And we have, I believe, liquid fertilizer on the farm. I don't think we have a lime station on the farm, but we need to go find out. What we do have, oh, these trees. Might have to start driving in cab view when I'm going around. So here was where we got our solid fertilizer from, and we also have a fuel tank here. We're gonna just unload that. Where did that put that? Oh, it dumped it on the other side of the grass. Oh well. That will work for now. We've got another tank up here, but I'm pretty sure this is liquid fertilizer or herbicide, but let's just see. Yeah, liquid fertilizer. We're not going to buy that right now. That is the tank that's feeding our chickens. I don't see any tanks over here. Oh, what is this tank? Oh, this is seeds. So we got liquid fertilizer, solid fertilizer, and seeds. Excuse me. I don't think there's anything up here, but we're going to just run up and check real quick, and then we're going to have to go find a lime station. Yeah, I don't see anything up here. Our silo is at the top of that hill back there, but I know that there's not one up there. And this just goes down to the cows, I think. Haven't actually driven back here because this is the cow shed we're not using. I'm going to try the cab view for a second and see. So this is just a manure tank, I think. This is just manure. This is a manure heap extension. So yeah, if we had cows in this field, their manure would produce here. So that's not going to do it either. So let's turn around. And eventually in precision farming, you can use slurry and manure to help fertilize, and that will affect the pH levels for your field. And you can also use, here, I need to look at the map for a second. You can use some other things too. So it looks like we're going to need fertilizer up here as well, but I want to get lime going on here so we can get planting. So let's find our lime station. Dairy, gas, carpentry, tailor, cereal factory, debris crusher, farmhouse, there's our silo, manure, fertilizer, petrol, seeds, manure, biogas, sawmill, cheese, bakery, livestock. There might not be a lime station on this map. Old mill, grain mill, And if it's here, it's not even worth the drive. Spinnery. Well, I'm glad we're not doing cheap. Okay, so we have two choices. Number one, we can come down to the store and just buy lime bags. Just double checking. Yeah, we could just buy lime bags from the store. That might be what we need to do. Or we can go into construction. And I know I have a silo container. This multi-fruit buying station will let me buy any product, so it will let me buy lime. That's 2,500. I can also just put seed, fertilizer, and lime, this little $5,000 bag station somewhere on my facility, and get lime from there. So that's basically simulating a delivery service. I think that is probably what we'll do. I don't really want a multi-fruit buying station because I'll be tempted to use it to buy anything. And we've got these other silos for things, so this will keep me, spending the extra money will keep me to just doing seed, fertilizer, and lime. But we already have fertilizer and we already have seeds, so I can just use this for lime, and that shouldn't affect anything too terribly bad. So let's see, we do have 5,000 bucks right now, barely. So if we wanted to make it a pain, but not that big of a pain, we could drop it up here. We'd still have to drive up here to get it and turn around, but at least it wouldn't be driving halfway across the map or buying bags from the main store. So that might be a good place to do it. Or we could put it closer to the fields, but no, let's drive a little bit. I don't mind working for it. I just don't want to waste lots of video time. Oh, hey, this tractor's got a skylight. Is there going to be room for me to turn around in here? So this is something I should not do without looking. I'm so used to driving in third person like this that when I try to do something in first person just to save the trees or whatever, it almost always ends poorly because I can't see when I'm backing up. But so there's our bags now. So we have them delivered up here, and then we just come up here when we need to load. So we're going to loop around, and I guess I'm going to have to open this up again like so to start filling. And of course we don't have any cash, so let's just borrow $10,000 and make it an even 60, and we're going to fill this with lime because we got 4 fields to do. We are going to need a lot of lime. Well guys, I think I'm actually going to cut the episode here. We'll start liming in episode 5, but I wanted to kind of get set up for you guys. We got a fertilizer spread and we are working with precision farming. We got through the rain. I think we'll get these 2 fields limed, and then we'll start planting something here at the end of the episode, and that will be good for us. So appreciate you guys checking it out and sticking with us here. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, give it that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And if you want to ring that bell for alerts when new episodes come up, you can be the first one to see the episodes as they come out. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.